But why? But really, why? Okay, so welcome back to the Dji Osmo Pocket 3 vlog. This is season 1, episode 4, I believe. We're getting on now. So today I wanted to have a bit of a chat, bit of a funny one for you. I wanted to talk a little bit about smart appliances and why. I mean, why do they exist? Why do we have a cooker and an oven and a fridge and a washing machine with Wi-Fi built in? What purpose does it serve? Does anybody actually use it? A couple of funny stories about how I have interacted with smart appliances in the past, and I'm gonna make some lunch. My wife isn't here. We are waiting on her moving out here probably sometime in June when my eldest kid graduates high school. So until then, I'm living the bachelor lifestyle. I am cooking a cheese quesadilla. So that's about the limit of my cooking capabilities. We have the Osmo perched on top of the fridge there. Hopefully you can kind of see what's going on down here on my smart oven, stove, microwave combo. So yeah, talking about these smart devices, there's so many weird things that I think a lot of people don't think about. Now, these appliances are Samsung, and I know that the majority of Samsung products are fully manufactured in one of the new plants in America. There's also made in Vietnam. I believe some of it, a small amount of it, is still made in China. But with these smart appliances, what a lot of people don't think about is the chips that are on the boards in these smart appliances. Where were those chips made? Now, again, I know Samsung make some of their chips now in their new stuff in Austin, Texas, I believe. They have a new mega plant for microchips and development, stuff like that. But there's a lot of other chips on these motherboards in these smart devices that are made nefarious places, maybe like China, maybe you know, some places in Korea, who knows. But something to think about. Let's take what's going on in Israel today. So Iran just sent a bunch of drones, a bunch of missiles over to Israel. They're getting their nose in this conflict, trying to do what Iran does best, okay? But say this turns into some global conflict, and you have these chip manufacturers on the opponent's side who manufacture all of the chips that are in our smart devices, and we go to war with them, right? Could you imagine if, like, say we went to war with China or Vietnam or even South Korea? I know, not South Korea, it's not going to happen, but just imagine we did. Well, what are our enemies going to do in the next 5 or 10 years? They have the ability to completely cripple our ability to cook. They have the ability to remotely cripple our ability to cook and refrigerate and store our food. They could cripple the population. They just completely cripple it. And I don't think people realize this. I don't think people realize that these microchips that are in these smart devices absolutely are being built with back doors. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that every chip that comes out of China via way of the TCP has some kind of back door built into their chip for specifically this kind of scenario. The other thing is botnets. I'm not sure if you know what a botnet is or understand, but it's basically a zombie computer which is connected to a network, Wi-Fi, or hard connected to a network. And what that does is it basically performs tasks over this network autonomously. Now, I'm not saying my Samsung cooker is a part of a botnet yet, I'm not saying my fridge is part of some kind of Chinese CCP, you know, crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff. But there is some truth and validity to these microchip manufacturers that are in everything that we buy, everything that we consume, you know, Americans, Europeans, it's all coming from the same factories really. And who's to stop them? You know, once the shit hits the fan, who's to stop them from turning on these botnets? Who's to stop them from accessing backdoors in all of our appliances? Can you imagine when half of the population that owns smart devices can no longer cook, they can no longer preserve food in a refrigerator? Like it's pretty worrying. And you look at the benefits, right? The benefits you get from these smart devices. I personally don't know of any. Like, I don't know of a reason why I would use a smart oven over a regular oven. I mean, sure, it can set a timer and it can tell me when the timer goes off. I don't know, I could probably be in a different room and know that I've got to get something in, so start the preheat cycle remotely on a phone app. But if you're going to be cooking, if you're going to be, you know, you're in a kitchen, you're preparing food, you're with your family, you're going to set your oven to preheat. Like, I don't see a need for this at all in any way, shape or form. Do you? I mean, am I completely wrong here? Do you use your smart home functionality? So my quesadilla is almost done. Basic cheese quesadilla, a little bit. I actually should show you this spice. Where is it? Here we go. This Tajin stuff. Oh, this is good. Stick this in a bit of cheese and a quesadilla. If you're a bachelor living that bachelor lifestyle, this is good stuff. So yeah, am I wrong? Am I like crazy? Am I wearing a tinfoil hat? Are the benefits of having these smart technologies built into the appliances we use every day? You know, is it worth it? Is it worth giving up that, you know, potential security to our home networks, to then the larger networks? Like, we could bring down, it wouldn't take many washing machines and refrigerators and cookers to bring down an entire ISP. Like, it wouldn't take many at all. So I have a plate somewhere. I think I'm getting better at this vlogging. I managed to make and not completely incinerate a quesadilla while talking about random tinfoil hat stuff. Pretty well, I think. What do you think? Let me know. So a funny story while I get into the eating of said quesadilla, once it's cooled down a little bit. So I'm a techie. If you follow my channel, if you watch me at all, like I'm really into technology. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, you name it. Like my world, my life, my job, everything revolves around technology. I sit at my desk for 9-10 hours a day. My entertainment is provided through the same desk that I work at. And well, I think back to one of the times when we very first got a smart fridge, and I installed I believe it was Samsung Home. I installed the app and I completely forgot about it. You can only really do 3 things in the app. You know, you can control the fridge and freezer temperature, and then you can set alerts if somebody leaves the door open. And it'll also alert you if the water filter needs changing, which your fridge does as well, by the way. I'm not sure why you would need, that on an app letting you know. But anyway, I'm a super techie kind of guy. I live, breathe, eat, sleep technology. And I got this, my first one, it was a fridge. And I thought, wow, I've got a smart fridge. This is so cool. And I installed the app and I set the temperature, and then I promptly forgot about it. So being super into tech, sometimes I need a getaway. Sometimes I need to just go into nature. And I've got a hiking partner I do this with quite frequently. And what we would do is we would go into the woods. Sometimes we would hike, sometimes we would camp. But just like breaking away from the computer, from the technology, and just kind of connecting with nature a little bit. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I mean, it really does like recharge the internal batteries. So we go on this hike and we're, 13 miles off the beaten path in the middle of a forest in the middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden my watch, ding, 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 my phone, ding, ding. I'm like, everybody who knows me knows I'm not at home right now. It's a weekend, so I'm not expecting work stuff. Like, what's going on? Why is my watch blowing up? Why is my phone blowing up? My wife was cooking dinner and she'd left the fridge door open while she was getting ingredients in and out. That was it. It sent me 17 notifications, and it sent them all as I pinged a tower randomly in the middle of nowhere. I got these 17 notifications. I'd completely forgot I'd even installed the app in the first place. Like, wow, how are people using these smart appliances, right? How are people interacting with these smart appliances that isn't just completely annoying? It baffles me. Anyway, I've been waffling a lot. My quesadilla is getting cold, so I'm going to get into this. Guys, I'm still learning how to vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to my waffle on about tinfoil hat conspiracies and microchips made in China. But I'm getting better. Hopefully you think so too. So I'll wrap this up. I've been UK. You've been fantastic. I will see you in the next one.